Hi, my name's Ted Schofield and we're going to be doing a story in a picture. So this is a story about a hero and you can choose whoever that hero is you want to be. I mean, not that you want to be, but you can choose any hero you like. So have a think about that. And we'll come back to your hero in a minute. But what we're going to do is we're going to draw the whole story on one sheet of paper, and at the moment we're just going to think about a very scary place, and this is going to take part of the picture and part of the story. I'm going to put it right in the middle here. It doesn't have to be there, but I'm going to put it right in the middle. And I'm thinking of a dark and rather scary cave on the side of a dark and rather scary mountain. So, here we go. Here's the cave. I'm going to draw some rocks at the mouth of the cave. And that's the darkness inside there. And more rocks at the front. There. So I hope you, yay, that's coming up quite nicely, isn't it? So you can see that dark shape of the cave there. So you can do what I'm doing, that's fine. Or if you've got a better idea, just follow the same idea and put a scary place somewhere in your picture. So I'm just going to make these look a little bit more like rocks and put a bit of shading on them so they've got different sides to them. So just making it look a little bit more like rocks, and I'm going to put the rest of the mountain in behind, make it nice and rocky. And when I was just trying this out earlier, it suddenly occurred to me that this looks a bit like the mouth of a monster, which makes it look even more scary. So to make it look even more like a monster, I'm going to put in some shapes that look a bit like eyes. There. Maybe they're just part of the hill, part of the mountain, but they look a bit like eyes. And let's put a bit more shading in. there. And I'm going to, oh, some trees. I want really scary, gloomy looking trees, half dead, the branches hanging down. And actually they can look a bit like hands, can't they? Which makes it look even more scary. Right, that's enough on the scary place for now. We'll come back to it again. Now I want you to think of, oh, I should have said, if you need more time on that, then of course you can always just stop the video and draw and work on it as much as you like, and then start it again. But I'm going to go on. Right, and now I want you to think about a really nice place. I don't know, by the beach, on the beach, I mean, by the sea, wherever, you know, is really nice to be, nice and calm and relaxing. And the place that occurs to me is a really nice garden, or perhaps a park. Beautifully laid out, flowers and trees, and perhaps a bench. Just a lovely, calm, quiet, beautiful place. So I'm going to put that in over here. Okay, remember we've got to leave space in the picture for other things. So don't let it take up the whole of the picture yet. So I'm going to start to draw this garden in down here. A lovely, calm, quiet place. So let's draw a different kind of tree now. A much healthier tree. Okay, nice straight branches. And let's put a few more branches in. And then we can just put in lots of leaves. Like this. And so we soon get the sense of a lovely tree. You can put all the branches in if you want. There. And I'm just going to draw a path going like this, just past the tree, and then coming back on the other side of the tree. There. We can put some flowers in over there. And let's have a fountain just here. So I'm going to draw a stone sort of edge to the fountain, and some water coming up here. That's the water there. That's the stone rim around the fountain. That's not too bad. And let's have a little bit of grass here. Just a few marks like that. Give us some idea of grass. Don't know how well you can see that. Yeah, I think you can. And let's put in some gravel, just a few dots. A little bit darker at the edges. So put the dots a bit closer together. There we are. Okay. So that's our lovely place. We could put more into that. And just to give you some ideas about that, I wanted to show you something about drawing flowers. So here's a close-up of some different kinds of flowers that you might like to do. So, nice easy one to start with, a daisy. All sorts of different kinds of daisies actually. Oxeye daisies are nice big ones. So it's just a circle and the petals coming out. Okay, they don't have to be perfect because in real life flowers, the petals flop around all over the place, just like that. Or we could have one that's more like that, a bigger circle in the centre and lots of petals. That's looking a bit like a sunflower. So I'm going to make that look a little bit more like a sunflower and give it those kind of leaves on the side. A tulip might be an interesting one. I know these flowers may not all come out at the same time, but never mind about that. A sort of cup shape, yeah, first of all, and then just that. There we are, and we can make the petals just slightly overlap like that. And finally, one which is perhaps a bit trickier is a rose. Now the thing about roses is they have lots of petals. They're very tightly, they're very sort of tightly wrapped around each other. And then they gradually get bigger towards the outside. And if you can give that impression, then it can look quite like a rose. So I'm just going to have a go at that now. Starting from the centre, and I'm just drawing a little shape, right? It's not any particular shape, just a little shape like that. And another little shape there. And another little shape. So they're all just sort of tightly fitting together, overlapping each other. I'm going to put a few more round. There, just getting a little bit bigger, overlapping. So they're sort of gradually coming out, gradually getting bigger, but not by very much. Keep them overlapping, not coming out too far. They sort of go round. And they're actually quite angular, or they can be. I think it's the way the petals actually fold. Of course, there's lots of different kinds of roses, but some of them, their petals sort of fold in quite an angular way. And as we go on, I think that starts to look a bit like a rose. There's its stalk, and they have these lovely shaped leaves like that. Whoops, that one's gone a bit wrong. I'll have to pretend that's from a different branch behind. There, I mean, so there are some flowers, and if you wanted to draw lots of different kinds of flowers in your garden, that's going to just make it better and better the more you put in. Okay, now we need to get back to our hero, or we need to get to our hero for the first time, actually. Who do you want your hero to be? It can be anything you like. A person, an animal. Mine is going to be a dog. And he's just an ordinary dog, but as with a lot of heroes, he looks like an ordinary dog most of the time, and then he can turn into his superhero character whenever he wants to, when he needs to. And so I'm going to put him in his house, in his home, up here. I'd like you to think who your hero is, and of their home as well. If you want to follow my idea, that's fine. You could have a super cat, or super hamster. But you might have a better idea, or just your own idea. So I'm going to put him in a room in his house up here, and it's going to slightly overlap that, but that doesn't matter. So the sitting room of his house is right there. And let's see, I'm going to put him on the sofa. So let's draw a sofa. I know dogs aren't always allowed on the sofa, but this one is. So there he is. Sitting on the sofa in his home, watching the television, and there's a picture on the wall behind him. What else shall we put in? A rug on the floor. Now, maybe I want to get rid of that nasty tree coming in front there. I might do that anyway. I mean, it doesn't. Just to show you that you can change things if you need to, which is why having a rubber is really important. So let's get rid of that so that we can show that sitting room a bit more clearly. I still see a few marks, but that doesn't matter. So I'll draw that tree, just not quite coming so far into the room. There. So now we can put someone else here, reading a book. Yeah. He's relaxing in his armchair. I'll give him, I was going to say I'll give him a pair of glasses, but I don't think it'll come out very well. There. There's the door into the next room behind. Let's just, I wonder if I can, I wonder how clearly you can see that. I'll tell you what, I'll try picking this up. I hope it doesn't crash to the floor. Yes, there we go. There, so you can see him a bit better. Just getting to the exciting bit in his book. Superdog here actually looks a bit bored. I know. I'll make him look a bit more worried like that. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, he's looking a bit worried because something dangerous is happening on the screen. Okay. Try and get that sofa looking a bit more comfortable. It looks a bit hard, doesn't it? Can I make those cushions look a bit softer? There's a cushion there. A cushion behind him there. That's a bit better. Right. Okay. Now, this is where the story starts, because Superdog gets a signal, a silent signal, on his collar. He's got a kind of, I don't think Apple do collars for dogs, but they probably will very soon. And he's already got one, which is sending him a signal, a bit like an Apple Watch. I haven't even given him a collar. Look, there it is. So he gets a signal, And the signal is telling him something has been stolen and it's been taken to this very scary place. What has been stolen? It is, what can we think of? Something very important. Let's have a key. I don't quite know what the key is going to be for yet, but that's fine. Something important in our case, in this story, is going to be a key. The key has been stolen. He's got to go and find it. So he is going to set off and find his way up this mountain. So I'm just going to draw a bit more of the mountain in here. And our hero, the dog, Superdog, is climbing up the mountain here. There we go. I'll shade him in a bit now. Made his ears a bit, maybe a bit too big. I'll give him it as his nose. There. Okay, there's his collar. And he's on his way up over these rocks. There. Okay. So he goes into the cave. He has to look for a long time. He finds the key. But just as he's leaving, he's attacked by a whole, I don't know, what's the word for a group of bats? A lot of bats. Anyway, a lot of bats. So he grabs the key, he leaps out of the cave, and by this time he's gained his flying cloak, so he can actually fly, and he is going to fly off into the distance here. There he is, flying away. But the bats are flying after him. Now, the way to draw bats, if you want to draw a bat, is just a little body. And then a big curve for the wings. And then, this is the thing that makes it really look like a bat and not a bird, is it has these sort of loops on the inside of the wings. There. Let's draw another one there. There's another one. But he gets away. Oh, and I should draw him holding the key in his mouth. There. There we go. Okay, now he's going to find his way to this beautiful garden. I'll just move this again slightly. There. Whoops. Yeah, there. There we are. No, we can't see it. There we go. Right, so he's going to end up in the garden. But how is he going to get there? Well, he's flying off into the night here. The easiest thing to do is just to show him trotting along the road. Trotting along a road. So that's what I'm going to do. So down here, I'm going to draw him walking along the road. It's a long, long way, but he's getting there. He's tired. He's still holding the key. There he goes. And what should we make it? Make it through a lonely town where there's not very much happening. Just a few empty looking buildings. Maybe a lamp, a street lamp. There. He plods his way along. But eventually gets there, perhaps the next day. Perhaps he's walking all night and then he gets to this lovely garden where he can have a rest and be safe. So let's put him in here. There we go. And he's just put the key down there. Right. Now, to go on with this, I'm just going to put in a few flowers here. Maybe another tree in the distance. But to go on with this, we could have more flowers and trees in the park. We can make the mountain look even scarier. We could put in some brambles and bushes, lots of scribbly bushes for him to fight his way through. We could even make it look even more dangerous with, say, having a few snakes that are coming out to attack him. Out of the rocks there. You can put in other ideas as well, and you can think of more things to put in his home here, or more on his journey over here. So there we are. That's the story. That's my story, and I'm sure yours will be even better. Okay, bye for now.